Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Tuesday, December 8th, 2020. And we begin with a very special hobbit hole up for sale in Oxford, England. It's the house where author J.R.R. Tolkien once lived. And it was within those walls that he wrote both The Hobbit, which he'd begun as a bedtime story for his children, as well as The Lord of the Rings. And despite the enormous popularity of both of these tales, there is currently no place dedicated to their creator, yet. So a group of celebrities, including some big-name actors who starred in the blockbuster films based on Tolkien's books, are setting up a crowdfunding campaign to buy this house. The plan is to create a literary center with writing seminars, retreats, and other events. It would also be renovated to reflect the cultures he invented, both inside in the rooms and outside in the gardens. The asking price is about $6 million, and so far, about 10% of that has been donated on the campaign website. This is an important day in the post-election day process in the U.S. This is called the safe harbor deadline. If a state certifies their results in the race for the White House by today, they are protected by federal law from any legal challenges. This encourages states to have everything settled at least 6 days before members of the Electoral College meet, which this year happens on Monday, December 14th. Under the U.S. Constitution, electoral delegates determine the election of the president and vice president of the country. And right now, enough states have certified their election results to confirm that Joe Biden will be the next president of the United States. President Trump and his legal team have been trying to challenge the results in several states. In fact, a decision on whether to throw out all the mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania must be decided by today in order to meet the safe harbor deadline. It's a big step for blind athletes. You might remember Thomas Panek. He completed the New York City half marathon last spring, led only by a team of 3 dogs from his company, Running Guides. But he dreamt of even more independence, so he asked Google to make navigation for a blind runner possible. The company delivered, and Thomas is now the first sight-challenged athlete to complete a 5K race without assistance from people or pups. Instead, he straps his smartphone to his waist, and a revolutionary camera-like app uses artificial intelligence to guide him along the race route with audio cues. Thomas told Reuters, "The safest thing for a blind man is to sit still. I ain't sitting still." Companies rarely give away their products for free, but that's what Starbucks is doing this month for a second time. All frontline responders, including pharmacists, firefighters, mental health workers, and janitors, can get a free cup of hot or iced coffee through the end of the year. Starbucks had a similar deal back in April at the start of the pandemic. The company said it's been an extraordinarily difficult year and, quote, "We want to show our deep gratitude for those who support and protect us every day with a small gesture of kindness." No cash? No problem. In Sanger, Texas, a high school now has a student-run grocery store that accepts good deeds as payment. Albertsons, First Refuge, and Texas Health Resources make sure the shelves stay stocked. After that, it's up to the kids. Each starts with a certain number of points to spend, but from there, they can earn more buying power by going the extra mile in the classroom or helping out, say, in the library or tutoring younger students. High school junior and store manager Preston Westbrook told CNN that the store has helped bring family spirits up during the pandemic. And Principal Anthony Love said that giving back to the community and kindness are things to celebrate. That's it for KidNuz. We want to take a moment to thank all our amazing listeners who supported us on Giving Tuesday last week. And it's not too late to make a donation that's tax-deductible through our fiscal sponsor, IAM, at our website, www.kidnuz.org. Now, the KidNuz quiz. Which famous author's house is up for sale in Oxford, England? J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. In the U.S. post-election process, what is today known as? Today is called the Safe Harbor Deadline. Thomas Panek is the first blind runner to do what? Run a 5K race without assistance from a person or a dog. What is the currency for a student-run grocery store in Texas? Points earned through kindness and good deeds. In One for the Road. As the Wall Street Journal put it, Mount Everest is about to get an altitude adjustment. There's no dispute it's the world's tallest peak, but the two countries it straddles have disputed exactly how tall it is. China said it was 29,017 feet based on the rock height, but Nepal used snow height, putting Everest at 29,028 feet. After teams from both countries conducted a detailed survey, that 11-foot gap has been closed, and the official measurement will be released later today. Before we go, we turn it over to Kim for today's KidNuz Shoutouts.
Thanks, Tori. First, a big shout out to our terrific teachers, Mr. Filarecki and his class at Baldwin Elementary in Rochester, Michigan, Mrs. Dunnigan and her students at Washington Irving Elementary, where it's always a great day to be a lion, in Durant, Oklahoma, and Ms. Sylvia at Waters Edge Village School in Corolla, North Carolina. And our KidNuz birthday shout-outs go to Violet in Charlotte, North Carolina, Elizabeth in Eugene, Oregon, Lucas in Parkville, Maryland, Becca in Fresno, California, Nigel in Aurora, Colorado, Cooper in Franklin, Indiana, in Arizona, Chloe in Gilbert and Lila in Tucson, and in Illinois, Desmond in Chicago and Elise in Washington. Thanks for listening, everyone, and you can always follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.